Congrats on your PMP exam, my friends. Those of you who have gotten certified in the past 20, 30 years, but more realistically, those of you who just got certified in the past 3 or so years. I wanted to give you some guidance about what to do now that you're a PMP. And it's summarized in the word project. That's the mnemonic. The first P is extremely important, and it's for pragmatize. It's one thing to be a PMP, but it's another thing to demonstrate pragmatism, to demonstrate practicality, for you to be able to show you truly know what your certification is in. If you say that you are indeed a project manager, there's certain things people expect of you. Number one, they expect you to be able to develop a schedule. They expect you to be able to at least use certain tools of the trade. They expect you to at least know about the latest and greatest. The Microsoft projects of this world, the Primaveras of this world, right? The Smart Sheets, the Jiras of this world. They expect you to know about that. And if you don't have the practical skills across the board, what are you doing? All it takes is 2 to 3 hours to get at least manageable on a lot of these tools. So spend some time developing yourself. Professional development, planning for success, they all begin with the letter P, but you got to plan this stuff in. You got to plan what you're going to do, but you also need to plan companies to target. On my hit list was Honeywell. I eventually got into Honeywell, and not only did I demonstrate what I knew, I learned a boatload. So for those of you PMPs just sitting down, wishing and hoping you're going to get a gig and not doing anything practical to get out there and begin using your certification, what are you talking about? You should be looking for ways to pragmatize this. Don't give me any excuses, because we're all on this playing field together. I want to motivate and inspire and encourage you to go to that next level and find your next PM gig where you blow this thing up and make it pragmatic so that you can learn a lot more. R is for relationships. Relationships, networking, relationship building. You got to cultivate strong and lasting relationships with mentors, with colleagues, with industry leaders. Do you know that research showed from the Stanford Research Institute that success in life is contingent more on relationships than on your technical prowess, which means relationships are more important than just having a PMP. You can have a PMP and no relationships with people that matter, and you will not amount to as much as you could have. In fact, the research showed 87.5% is what the relationships were based on. The relationships accounted for 87.5% of the success. 12.5% came from the technical prowess, the certifications, and so on, if you get my point. So I encourage you to build these relationships, networking, engage in active networking with your industry and beyond. Seek out opportunities. In my life, my friends, my success, and I can speak for myself, was contingent on people, relationships. I became a PMP because of someone else. The door was open to an organization where I was teaching PMP stuff by someone else. In fact, the same person, my mentor, Mary, opened the door to PMP, opened the door for me to begin teaching PMP through her association with Skillsoft. So I encourage you to build these relationships, my friends, because this is pivotal to your success. O is for opportunity. You should always be seeking opportunity. A lot of you just sit down and say, well, I guess I'm just going to wait for the door to open or the next one to come along. You need to be more aggressive. You're just docile. That's not how to do it. You got to be aggressive. You know, in the world of risk management, we talk about risks being either threats or opportunities. You got to seek out the opportunities, and you got to be wild and hungry, as Les Brown says. You got to be hungry for those opportunities. Don't just sit on your hind end doing nothing. Get up and look for some opportunities. You got to also innovate. Look for ways of rebuilding, rebranding yourself. Don't just say, oh, I'm a project manager and that's all. No, always look for ways and opportunities for expansion. J is for journey. Journey of learning. Just because you're PMP doesn't mean that that's all there is to learn. In fact, there's a boatload of stuff for you to learn in the world of leadership, and I invite you to journey with me in the Project Leadership Institute. Go on down to projectleadershipinstitute.com. Check out our program. Right now, lots of our members have 100 hours of training, coaching, mentoring, and masterminded in leadership. Because leadership is very different from what a lot of people think. It's all about influence. And in order to influence, you need to be intentional about influencing. You need to learn it. So commit to a lifelong journey of learning. Invest in yourself. Some people are like, well, I can't even invest $1,000 in myself. I can't even invest $2,000. Are you serious? How do you want to grow if you're not investing in yourself? Consider enrolling in our Leadership Institute. It will take you to the next level to enhance your leadership skills. Leadership development is so important because if you are a PMP and you do not know how to use influence, you will forever be at the back of the line. Enough said. Let's talk about that later. E is for elevate your personal brand and expertise. Elevate your personal brand. Build a strong brand by showcasing your expertise through thought leadership. Maybe you're a project management professional in healthcare. Why aren't you putting out videos about your experience? Oh, well, Phil, that's what you're there for, to do it for me. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I've worked in healthcare, but you work in healthcare on the regular, and you want me to do your heavy lifting for you? It's part of your journey. Stop living under a rock. Come out and let people see your brilliance. Set up a social media account. Set up an Instagram page. Set up a YouTube page and let people understand and learn from your brilliance. So many geniuses go into the grave without their voice being heard. Is that what you want? Is that how you want to end up, taking your brilliance to the grave? Come on, you can do better. I need you to set up social media accounts, podcasts, vlogs, and let people experience the world of you in your unique domain. That is how you grow. That is how you affect people. And that is how you elevate your personal brand. C, collaboration and communication. You got to collaborate with like-minded professionals, fostering a sense of teamwork. I demonstrate this all the time. My mentor, John Maxwell, was our keynote speaker at the Project Leadership Institute on day one. My buddy, Dr. Rick Brinkman, who wrote the book, Dealing with People You Can't Stand, has been our speaker on lots of our summits. My buddy, Roy Schilling, has been a speaker on our summits. He co-trains with me. We work together. My buddy, the risk doctor, Dr. David Hilson, has been a partner with me for years. You need to collaborate. You're not an island. So speak to those like-minded professionals, fostering a sense of teamwork and sharing goals. Seek opportunities, my friends, to work on cross-functional projects. Volunteer at the PMI. I did my share of volunteering at the PMI, and I'm always open to help other chapters when I can. But for you who is just starting, get out there to your local chapter, show some support, go through that experience of volunteering, and a shout out to those volunteers who are listening to this. It tells a lot about you when you volunteer, even though there's no monetary gain. Last but not least, my friends, is T for teaching. I encourage you to teach and mentor, because lots of you think I need to do this for you. I do not need to mentor who you should be mentoring. I have an audience. You have an audience. I have people I need to get to. So do you. Newsflash. Hey, you have people you need to get to. So I encourage you to share your knowledge and experience with others in your field through mentoring and teaching. Consider mentoring aspiring PMPs or joining the the Project Leadership Institute. And through that platform, we mentor our peers. We influence our peers. Incorporating the Project Leadership Institute into your career development can provide specialized training and resources to enhance your leadership skills or to elevate your personal brand, because you hear me talking about this and showing you great ways to elevate your brand, great ways to get to the next level. Some of you are stuck. You're trying to hit this brick wall and you're not getting any traction for action for your satisfaction because you refuse to take action that I'm asking you to in leadership development and coaching. A lot can be done with great leadership. You are the CEO of yourself incorporated. Are you making the wise choices? Some of you aren't. You need to learn how to. You need the inspiration on the regular. So go on to projectleadershipinstitute.com. We meet every weekend. Elevate your game, my friends. Elevate your game. I challenge you. It's not enough to be a PMP. Use my project acronym to guide you. P is for plan. Be pragmatic as well. R is for relationships. O is for opportunity seeking. J is for journey in leadership and learning. E is for elevate your personal brand. C is for collaborate and communicate. And T is for teaching. And don't forget to mentor. I hope this helps propel you, my friends, to greater heights. Go and do. You'll be glad you did. All the very best.